following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm excited to connect in with you as we pause for a moment. In October, this is a great time to take a breath. We can look back at what has taken place so far this year, and then we tend to look forward towards the holiday season, towards the end of this year, and then into the next year. And I feel like October is a really great place to just pause and take a look and see if we looked back at January and February, what were some of those things that we're looking to bring forward, and just kind of check in and recognize you have 3 months left that you can take a step or two on those things and really end this year powerfully and be stepping into this next year with great purpose and potential. So I hope that's exciting for you. We've gone through the summer, we've gone through the fall, and now we're stepping into this winter and the holiday season. And as we do that, I think it's really important that we check in. And what can happen sometimes, especially as we're looking towards the holidays, is that we can start to take on a lot of roles and a lot of responsibilities. And expectations of others, expectations we put on ourselves, and pretty soon our potential, like who we are, what we want to bring to the world, what we're stepping into and bringing forward that is uniquely us, can get a little bit buried under all of these roles and responsibilities and the to-do lists and those things that we're committing to or others are committing us to, and we're saying yes, and we're taking that on too. So today, I want us to take a moment and just look at that and look at, are there some roles that perhaps we're hiding behind, or some things on the to-do list, or some expectations that we start to just kind of feel that pressure and that weight on that either others are putting on us, or we are taking on, or we're putting on ourselves. And I want to give you full permission today to release some of that, to unlock and unleash your potential, not someone else's potential, but yours, and really claim who you are and what you want to bring forward starting this moment. We can't go back in time, but we can start right now and make that someday I will today, because some days will always be a someday. Someday I'll do that, unless we make it today and we take action. And I want you to be willing to take action to unlock the amazing gift of who you are, unleash your potential, really be willing to release those things that are not serving so that you can fully shine, you can fully be present in your life starting now. And we have amazing experts that are going to support us in this in both a practical and a profound way so that we can be more of who we are called to be, how we want to be, really moving forward in our potential, experiencing that, discovering where we start and stop, and what we each uniquely, what you uniquely can bring to the world. I hope that's exciting to you. I'm excited about it because I know there's no one else just like you in the world, and that it is not an accident that we have connected together in this moment, in this time, and in this space there is something here for you. So let's take a breath and really breathe that in all the way to the bottoms of your feet, all the way to your toes. Take a breath. Well, that wasn't quite to your toes. Tips of your toes, another breath. Beautiful. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Both hands on the wheels, just inwardly tuning in to this conversation and willing to receive what is here for you so that you can take that forth and have it become part of you and bring it out into the world. Those of you who are able to, though, I invite you to put both feet on the floor, really feeling that supporting you. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, and close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Let's bring all of you in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Take it one of those big breaths, but breathe in through your nose this time. Expand your belly. See how big you can make your belly. A little bit bigger. And then out through your mouth like through a straw. Great. Take another breath like that. Beautiful. Great. And I invite you to keep breathing deeply like that. It will actually lower your cortisol levels, your stress levels. It will bring you very present. So you're here, mind, body, soul, and spirit, not just in body, but really present and able to receive. So keep breathing, and in this space where we're connecting heart to heart, eyes closed, you're absolutely safe. I want you to think about what I shared earlier in our conversation and looking at our potential and the roles that we can sometimes take on. And as we look back and look forward, what is it we want to step into? What is part of more of us that we are called to share and bring forth? Or perhaps you're even hiding a little bit. We can put these roles on and masks on almost and hide behind them and even get lost in them a little bit. So I want to think about, what is it that you need today to encourage you, to empower you, to help you step towards your potential and into your potential right now? What is it that you need? Just see. Sometimes that information, and again, you ask with curiosity, not judgment, just, what is it I need? What is it you need? And you'll get that information sometimes in a picture or memory or phrase or a knowing or sound. It can be all your senses communicate with you all the time. So receive that information. What is it that you need today? And then I'm going to dial this up. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Sometimes that's a different answer, because I assure you, if you're not willing to receive it, it's hard to bring in what you need. So there has to be a willingness, a choice there. And I'm going to invite you, identify what it is you need. And if you need to adjust it a little bit so you'll be able to receive it, do that. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Once you have that information, I invite you to come back into the room, fully present, eyes open, take a breath, and write that down. This is real time. You're going to have opportunities throughout our show today to process things on a cellular level, to receive what it is you need right now, real time. So let's write it down. I want you to keep it top of mind. It is so easy when we get involved in things, or we go out in the world, or we get distracted, to forget what it is that we need. And it can be right in front of us, and we'll miss it. So be on the lookout, actively looking to receive whatever it is that you wrote down that you need, and be open to whatever form it may come. Be curious, be excited, lean in with anticipation. Because we are unleashing your potential and going to share more of you with the world. I believe that's the biggest gift you can bring to the world and to those around you, is being willing to share more of who you truly are. So let's breathe that in with excitement, anticipation, and celebration. Beautiful. That's what I have on my heart. When we went in and connected, I am just feeling such joy and honor and celebration and excitement to be connected with all of you. I can't wait to see all that is going to be unleashed in our conversation today and in your respective walks. So I'm excited. I'm anticipating an amazing conversation and can't wait to see all that births in each of your respective lives. And with that, I'm going to go around our virtual room and see what has been laid on my guest's heart. So, Anthony, did you have something laid on your heart when we paused for a moment and listened?
Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, thank you so much. I've been laying on my heart. It's more of a, for myself, sense of confidence and financial freedom that I think exists within ourselves. But it's that, maybe more of that knowing of can I really do this? Can I really accomplish what I know exists within me? Can I really be who I know I am? Does that make any sense?
I think that's beautiful. Beautiful. No, thank you for sharing that. And we just really connect with you and echo that out, that knowing that what you are called to accomplish will be accomplished and brought forth, and that confident in financial freedom and support to do that. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Anisa, what is on your heart?
Yes, as I just sat and listened as you took us through that portion, which was so beautiful, what really came up for me, Rebecca, was just to remind myself that there may not be enough time to do everything, but absolutely there's enough time to do what's most important.
Beautiful. I appreciate that share. I underline that. What a reminder to all of us that there is enough time. We have the same 24 hours every day, and there is enough time to do those things that are most important for us to bring forward. Thank you. Really beautiful reminder for all of us. And we breathe that in, lift that up, heart to heart, and as a community, connecting in. And listeners, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break. And here's what I invite you to do, because you have choice in this, but I want you to get the most out of our time together. So these things that we call commercial breaks are actually in disguise 2-minute moments just for you that we've carved out throughout the show. And what I invite you to do with them is to stay present. Process what is being laid on your heart. Allow it to speak into you. Don't add it to your to-do list. Add it to your now list that you are doing and breathing and being that. And breathe that in. And use these 2 minutes as a gift for you. And when we come back connected together, we're going to dig into some amazing conversations and content. And I want you fully ready to receive. So enjoy these next 2 minutes, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at JustJanTVShow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at JustJanTVShow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit Facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took those 2 minutes just for you. To stay present, to breathe, to pause, and really give yourself that gift of processing real time on a cellular level. Beautiful. Let's take a breath as we connect back in. And we're about to have an amazing conversation. This next individual that I'm going to be introducing you to, you got to hear a little bit on a heart connection level in our opening segment. But I met our guest, Anisa. I'm just smiling, Anisa, as I'm reflecting back. We met at the California Women's Conference, behind the scenes doing an interview that as we shared those interviews out, we reached 4.7 million people around the world. So it was really a great time. And there was something special about the interview that I had with this amazing guest. I loved her life, her heart, her energy, her passion, and her willingness to have great joy, because sometimes people don't share their joy, in sharing her wisdom, expertise, and powerful tips. So I know you're going to enjoy her enthusiasm. You're going to enjoy her energy. And I want to also let you know some of her amazing background so you know some of the credibility from which she comes. But it has just been a pleasure to know her, and I'm excited to share her with you today. So Anisa Rashad has an MBA. She is the founder of Anisa Rashad Enterprises, a board member of the California Women's Conference, so not an accident that we met there, a New York Times bestseller, an executive coach, a leadership expert who is absolutely passionate about helping you to create more meaning in your life, to maximize your reach, your gifts, those things, your moment, every moment, maximize it, and your money. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Anisa Rashad to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca. It is indeed an honor to be on the show. And as you mentioned, it was just such an instant, powerful, deep connection that we had when we were at the California Women's Conference. So I'm very excited to be here with you again today and to be able to share with your listeners.
Well, I know we're just going to have a great conversation. I'm glad to have you. And yes, I enjoyed that immediate, deep connection of kind of a knowing of each other on a deep level. So really excited to have you here with us today. And I'd love for you to share just a little bit of your why. Why is the work that you do, helping people in this way, personally so meaningful for you?
You know, I've worked inside of corporate for years. I worked inside of corporate America for years, and I did it in the capacity of doing leadership and professional development training, but also doing executive coaching. And so when I would work with my clients, what I would see is that, you know, women had all of the same kind of problems at work or responsibilities and things they were accountable for in the office. But then they had a whole additional level of responsibility in the home that they also brought with them to the office. So, for example, even me, I just was in Dallas 2 weeks ago, and when I was preparing for my trip to Dallas, I had to have all of my charts nice and neat and everything prepared. You know, all of the flight arrangements, travel, all of that stuff had to be attended to. But I also had to go to Sprouts on Sunday and make sure we had all the food they needed in the house for the week so that my family could flow. I also had to make sure that my son was, you know, needed to be picked up from practice after school, and that all of those little details were attended to in addition to the things that you have on your desk. And so my why, I wanted to create a space for women where they could be supported, where they could be challenged and encouraged in a way to be able to show up big at work, but also to be able to show up big at home. And you and I, we talked about it before. You know what I call that, Rebecca? I call it a deal.
And I'm going to stop you just for a moment on that. So, cliffhanger. Let me pause. So we're going to get into the
Jill. I help really busy, stressed out, slightly overwhelmed women business leaders create a Jill, a juicy, integrated life. Right?
Love it. And let's just pause for a moment. I want to give our listeners a moment to just, as you were sharing all of that information, like you had to do all that coordinating, all those details, all of those things, almost like you're doing all of that work as if you were not traveling, but you are traveling. So you're doing it ahead of time while you travel. Then you have to do the traveling thing. Then you have to get there, show up big, and hope everything is being handled in a big way at home. Like there's a lot of hats that we wear in that. And I could just, as you were sharing, I could feel the weight. Like, oh, but you're right. That's like all the stuff that we do. And so listeners, what I love about what she shared is that you can actually show up big in all areas. In that area, all that coordinating, all those things that you do so that you can show up big at work, but you can show up big at home too. And so I'm going to have you share one more time what you call it and define it again for us.
Absolutely. It's called a JIL, a Jill. And a Jill is a juicy integrated.
And did you all hear that? Juicy, how she says juicy. I love it. You can feel it. A juicy, integrated life. Beautiful. And can you tell us, how can we recognize if we are having more of a Jill experience or less?
And so how you can recognize, so sometimes you recognize what you want by seeing what you don't want. Mm-hmm. And so, an example, if you look around your life and someone walks up to you and you say, "How you doing, Rebecca?" And you're like, "I'm fine. It's fine. We're fine." Right? It's like, what is fine anyway? What is fine? And if you're living in that space of where you're kind of just going through the motions, where it's not You have a big job, a big title, a big house, a husband, 2.5 kids, and a white picket fence, but you still kind of feel like something's missing, like it's just not quite right. That's how you know you're not living your deal. That's how you know you're not living your deal. That's what that feels like. Now, what a deal feels like. Have you ever bitten into a piece of fruit? What's your favorite type of fruit, Rebecca?
Oh, it depends on the day and my mood. Let's see. Lately, I've been loving watermelon.
Watermelon. So, have you ever bitten into some good, juicy watermelon, and as soon as you bit into that juice, it almost just starts running down your hand, like just running down. It's filled full, right? It's overflowing with goodness. That's what juicy feels like. Juicy feels like you're moving your life from being busy, which to me, busy has a connotation of slightly out of your control, almost like you're being pulled along, right? You're busy. Like someone else is controlling it versus full. I always try to move my clients from being busy to being full. And when your life is full, what is it? It's fulfilled. It's filled full of things that have meaning to you, of things that have value to you, that really make a difference for your life.
I love that. Listeners, this is a moment to feel in. Are you it was almost like a squeezed, as you're saying, fine, like squeezed, you're not even feeling in and thinking, you just respond, fine. Yeah. Versus pausing for a moment and actually feel, let's do it right now, listeners. Let's feel in. How are you feeling? Is it that kind of constrained, boxed in fine? Or is it, I feel good? I feel like I just bit into my favorite piece of fruit, like that there's a little bit of space and luxury and joy in that space for you. There's plenty of room and expansion. That's the Jill space. And with that, I want, because you're the expert in this, I would love to have you share a tip if we find we're a little bit closer to the fine than we want to be and we're sometimes in the Jill but not as much. What's a step? What's an action? What's something we can do today to help us move closer to being in the Jill land?
And so it's the first step I would say is just to examine your life, is to really get a clear picture about what's important to you. I do a simple exercise with my clients sometimes where I have them write down the things that they enjoy doing and then just say how long it's been since they've done those things. And you would be surprised, Rebecca, so I don't tell them at the same time. First, I just tell them to write the list. And they're like, I love this. I love a good jazz concert in the park. I love, spending time with my good friends, good girlfriends that I haven't seen in a long time. They'll list these things, and then I'll say, it's been 2 years. It's been 6 months. These are the things that you said you love to do, but this is how long. And so I have to remind them. The first thing probably in a Jill is to really recognize you own the time in your life. Tell it where to go.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You own the time. Tell it where to go. Choose how you spend it. And we are getting ready to transition to our next 2-minute moment just for our listeners. So as we do that, I'm going to invite all of you real time to do this. These are 2 minutes just for you. Write down those things that you love, that feed your heart and soul, that you love to do. Write them down. And then for the courageous, the extra credit bonus opportunity, actually take notice without criticism or judgment. This is awareness. Notice how long it's been since you have done those things. And as we come back, we're going to tap into our amazing guest's wisdom to help you take another step on your journey to moving into your potential, unlocking, unleashing all that you are meant to be. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog, Press Pass? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective. Plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at vapresspass.com. That's vapresspass.com. VA Press Pass by Voice America. All access, all the time.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took a couple moments there to just make the list and really look at what are those things that you love. What are those things you love to do? And just kind of taking notice of perhaps how long it's been since you've done some of those things. And towards the end of our show, we've asked Anisa to come back and kind of help us know that next step as we're observing that and taking a look at the list. Right now, I'm going to encourage you to set it to the side for a moment. We'll come back to it, but I want to focus in on the next expert and the information that he's going to add. I believe this is going to add some of that nourishment for us, some of that connection that can help us also tap into those things that we love and be encouraged and empowered and energized. So I hope you're excited for this conversation. Anthony Yannotta is the founder of Twin Flames Synchronicity. My goodness, Synchronicity. And he is going to help fan the flames here that we've started. We've planted some seeds. They're starting to grow. Now we're going to fan the flame. We're going to grow this energy that we're building together, our potential, and start fanning that, getting that flame to move throughout the world. And it takes us willing to have that spark, willing to connect in. So he's the founder of Twin Flames Synchronicity. He's a powerful and gentle facilitator of ascension. He's helping you do that. A spiritual leader, a divine channel, and a teacher who is absolutely passionate about helping you discover your gifts, connect with God, and shine. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing, powerful, and gentle Anthony Yannotta. Welcome.
Wow, thank you so much, Rebecca. It's really amazing to be here, and I appreciate having this time with you today on the radio.
You are very welcome, and we're excited to have you here and to really connect in as we have been looking at those things that we love and seeing where we are in our potential and unleashing all that we are, and really not just all that we could be someday, but be now. And enjoy the journey. And I believe you're someone that can really help us do that by connecting in powerfully. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit about why. Why is this work of helping people in this way and facilitating this connection for them? Why is that personally so important to them?
Well, for myself, my why.
Or to you, I'm sorry, for them. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
I didn't state that quite correctly. I was saying, why is that personally so important to you to help them in that way?
It's really important for me to help others connect to themselves because of my own experience. What I found many years ago, being extremely ill and having a near-death experience at the time, was that I wasn't living my potential at all. And the illnesses that I had were mainly attributed to my lifestyle and a lot of my thought patterns and a lot of just the way I lived and thought about life. It was a time when I thought that I had given up, but in reality, and something I can see so clearly now, as I look back, it was exactly what I needed to be able to push me forward and give me that confidence that I needed to keep on going. I was able to find something that one piece of myself within me that was always carrying me that whole time. And has really helped me to heal from that point on and forward. And it's that which exists within all of us that I'd like everybody to be able to find to heal themselves and to move forward in their lives, reaching their highest goals and potentials and being able to do the things that they've always loved.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, and I appreciate you sharing your personal journey and that coming to such a place where being out of alignment, in a sense, with your potential was causing such illness, and coming back through that you now are helping others. I just think that's a beautiful gift, and I appreciate the work that you do and sharing with us today. Thank you.
Well, thank you. You're very welcome.
And just something that struck me as you were sharing is something that I think all of us can take a moment and think about, that there really is a cost to us personally, physically, spiritually, when we are not in alignment with our potential, when we're hiding, when we're taking on all those roles, when we're letting others spend our time. If I'm circling back to our previous conversation, there's actually a real cost to yourself personally, listeners, and everyone else around you misses out too, because you're not able to show up and bring your gifts to the world. So this is really important to be leaning in and thinking about that and checking in. And again, not with judgment or criticism or beating ourselves up around it, but let's really have some awareness, because once we know, then we can choose to spend our time and our energy and our focus differently. So let's look at that a little bit. And I'd love for you to share with us a little bit about what does it mean to unlock our highest potential. Why is that important? What are benefits to us by being willing to go on that journey of unlocking it?
Well, there's a life force within us that carries us, throughout our day, throughout our lives. When we come into this moment of now and we become realistic with ourselves and where we're at in our lives, it really helps us to get a perspective of what we like about who we are and what we're being in that moment. And you can compare that to what your dreams are and where you've always wanted to be. I think what's important for everyone to know is whatever you believe your dreams to be aren't just dreams. They're real, and they're like little highlights of your potential, and allowing yourself to move through that inner knowing and really ascension. For myself, it was thought that, after I die, I'll ascend. What I found is ascension takes place now in the body. And so having this realization and moving through this process really allows us to ascend in the flesh. It allows us to have our dreams become our life experience. And it's essentially living your dream and no longer dreaming and having those hopes of being able to live your dream. It's really being able to connect to yourself and be exactly who you are and to live those dreams each and every day and every moment.
Beautiful. I love this. So we're looking at dreams really becoming your life experience. Again, that not someday list, but really bringing it forward now. And we have the ability as humans to connect in with that and bring that forward and live in that space and live in that way. And how does this tie into being empowered and empowering others? How does that connect and tie in?
What I found is when you follow that path, when you're leading essentially what your soul is designed to do here in this lifetime, everyone who is meant to be in your life seems to just naturally come into your life. And I think that's been true all along, but have we been able to notice what the signs were and what we were always being told? Maybe in some ways we're being led away from certain places and people. In other ways, we're seeing others coming into us, and life it's meant to be lived. And when we do live it, we'll find that we have a limitless amount of energy and a limitless amount of potential that we can really harness and use to help others in so many different ways, be able to find their true potential, unleash their true self from within themselves, and be able to live a life which it seems somewhat automatic, but it's such. I mean, it's just so beautiful at the same time. At least the way we approach it, it may be hard at times, but we approach it knowing that beauty and kind of leaning into that beauty as we approach those times that may be somewhat difficult, knowing that it's all going to move into that state, that heaven on earth, if I may, that we've all dreamed.
Well, and as you were sharing this, just the picture I started to see was a large group of people and one person lighting a candle, and then everyone's holding candles, and one by one, you start to light each other's candles, and before you know it, the whole room is lit up, the whole world is lit up. It's taking these steps, and each of us can impact and touch others. And I love what you're sharing, that awareness. So to me, that light being spread is that awareness, because sometimes these things are around us, but we're not seeing them, or we're afraid to reach out and stretch out. And so I love that your work is helping people do that. And as we get into that alignment with ourselves, we're empowering others too. So that's really, really powerful. And as we bring this section to a close, we're getting ready to take that next 2-minute moment for our amazing listeners today that are joining us. I want to see if you had a piece of advice or something that they could think about during these next 2 minutes.
For myself?
Yes. Yeah. Did you have something you wanted them to think about?
Yeah. A piece of advice would be for others to really just take a moment and move within their hearts. I think it's really important to, no matter who we are, even for myself, and do this as often as we can. Even if it's just waking up in the morning and just saying, thank you, God, for this day, for this amazing moment, for this life. I'm still breathing. I have meaning in my life. I'm still here. What is it that I can do today to make the best of this day and be the best me that I can be? And without forgetting to listen, be sure to listen and allow that guidance to come to you, like in so many different ways that it can, and be open to it, and then follow through. It's probably one of the hardest things I had to do, was to learn not just to listen, but to follow through as well, and make that an everyday practice in the morning.
Okay. Wonderful. So listeners, I'm just going to break that down as we go into so thank you for sharing, Anthony. As we go into our next 2-minute moment, listeners, I want you to think about that. I want you to pause, breathe, and think about something that you appreciate today, something that you are thankful for and wanting to do more of. And just kind of take notice of that and see what comes up. Ask and listen. I love that. Listen is active. Listen with curiosity and see what is placed on your heart. And when we come back, we're going to let you know some action items you can take, some next steps to help you unleash your potential. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday, transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took a moment to pause and listen. I thought that was great advice because sometimes we pause and ask and then don't listen. So really important to pause and listen and think of those things that you're wanting to celebrate, those things that you also need to encourage you, to empower you on your journey. And during this closing segment, I have asked both of my amazing experts to give you a piece of advice, something that now that you have these two lists, we've paused for a moment and connected in, processed things on a cellular level. You are getting ready to go back out into the world, knowing all of that, what was on their heart, to help you take it to the next level, to support you on your journey. So Anisa, I was going to go to you first because we built that list of those wonderful things that we love to do and wanted to, and how long has it been since we've done some of those things? And we've had that list. What is it that you would encourage them to do with it? How do we recognize if we need support on the journey? Because I know it's not a solo journey, but when do we know it's time to get support in living an amazing Jill-ful life?
You know, if you are sitting there and you're looking at your list, first of all, if you're looking at your list and tears came to your eyes, or like you felt that lump in your throat, or if you're looking at your list and you're just kind of surprised, like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize it had been this long since I did some of these things. Or if you're, very accomplished, but you still feel like something is just a little off balance, or you feel like you just could use a thought partner, then it's probably a good idea to pick up the phone and give a call and reach out for help. And I'm certainly happy to have a conversation with you and to share and to help support getting you to a better place.
Beautiful.
One of the things I've created is a tool called the First 90 Minutes, which really helps you to reshape your day, reframe your day, so that you can reshape your life.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for making yourself available in that way, and a really great way for us to kind of feel in and see. And you'll find all of her amazing information and contact information on our site. So I encourage you to, if you feel that resonance and you're like, my goodness, I want support on the journey, you'll find her information on the description of the show. So I encourage you to lean in and get that support as you're feeling that pull in your heart, and appreciate you helping us feel in, because sometimes we have this discovery and we don't know where to go or what to do. So that's a really powerful gauge to feel in. So thank you. Thank you for sharing about that and letting them know some of the tools and things you've created to help them have a Jill-ful life. Beautiful. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Anthony, how about you? What is on your heart as we are looking at, we went in, we asked some questions, and we listened. What are you encouraging us? Is something you want us to remember and know as we go back out in the world?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Becky, you mentioned having a gauge and being able to listen. And I wanted to let the listeners know that one of the most powerful tools that we have is our hearts. And when we rest in that moment, in the morning, or any time of the day, when we take that moment to just listen within our hearts, as we move forward through the day, what we'll notice is that we build this relationship with our hearts. We're able to feel more of our heart opening and closing. And as our hearts open, I mean, it's a yes. As our hearts tend to close, it's a no. Everybody's familiar with that feeling. Being able to get and to know it in a very intimate way is extremely powerful, especially when it's very subtle. And so that's going to be your gauge. That's going to be your compass. Our hearts are our life compass. And if we can really come into that intimate place within our hearts and feel that connection in such a way, in such a powerful way, in the smallest little ways, sometimes our heart is always guiding us. And it's that inner voice, that voice within, that is going to be our guide throughout each and every day. And so we take that with us and allow it to guide us in all of our life, in every moment.
Really, really important reminder. And that listening, it's so key of feeling your heart open and close. I appreciate that explanation of kind of how that looks and feels. So listeners, as you're going out in the world, pay attention to your compass, to your guide, and you can trust it, how it's opening, how it's closing, and know that there are experts like Anthony. Anthony is an expert that can help you if you're finding you're having a little trouble reading your compass, and know that he's someone you can reach out to, and his information is available as well on the site. And we encourage you to connect and make sure that you're listening, that you're applying what you learned today. This is a living, breathing, live time together built just for you. We are here committed to equipping and empowering you. And what my heart's desire for you is that you will be willing, that as you go out into the world, you'll be willing to have processed these things on a cellular level, to carry them out with you, because the world needs more of you. That's how we make the world a better place. So that wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always be willing to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. We'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.